now give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. The current internal political situation in Myanmar is being tracked very carefully in Russia. We believe that this challenging time for the country is one in which the belligerent parties need to show maximum restraint, avoiding the use of force. The primary task, in our view, is establishing a constructive dialogue with the aim of moving forward the Myanmar society toward national reconciliation. A particular role in the process of the peaceful resolution will certainly be carried out by ASEAN. The summit in Jakarta showed that clearly. We welcome the statement by the chairman of the association on the 24th of April and also the consensus that was reached on 5 points. It is a clear example of effective practical efforts by regional powers to achieve peace in Myanmar. We believe that implementing the initiatives enshrined in the consensus, including sending a special envoy of the ASEAN chair with the assistance of the Secretary General of this organization, we believe this will help to gradually normalize the situation in this country. In this context, we were puzzled by the circulation at the UN General Assembly of a draft resolution on Myanmar. We believe that the very fact that such a country-specific resolution was drawn up in the General Assembly blurs the lines of the division of labor among the organs at the UN system. This issue is already on the agenda of the Security Council, which is confirmed by the regular products released by the Security Council. Just this morning, incidentally, the Security Council held its latest meeting on the situation in Myanmar. I should like to voice my deep disappointment and puzzlement at the way that this draft resolution was drawn up, specifically the lack of desire by the authors to discuss it thoroughly in a broad format. This can be interpreted only as an attempt to hide the fact that this draft does not fully consider the opinions of all member states. This shortcoming is surely clearly shown in the statements of the colleagues that spoke before me. If you talk about the content of it, then we are compelled to note that the authors were not able to show a balanced approach and an appropriate level of understanding of the complexity and the multifaceted nature of the current realities inside Myanmar. Instead of that, the text attempts to push forward one-dimensional national priorities of certain member states. The draft resolution stands out due to its politicized nature, and some of its passages are openly biased or they are divorced from reality. It focuses on criticism of the authorities in Naypyidaw while neglecting the issues that have to do with the impact on current events from other subjects operating in internal political processes in Myanmar. We are firmly convinced that documents such as these serve only to sow division in the UN General Assembly. This is something that we've seen very clearly during our meeting today. We still believe that the task of the international community is to help Myanmar find a way out of the current crisis. A precondition for the efforts undertaken is the consistent adherence to the principles of non-intervention in the internal affairs of sovereign states, neutrality, renouncing sanctions and political and diplomatic pressure, which only serve to push Myanmar toward a full-blown civil conflict. Considering the above, the Russian Federation was unable to support the draft submitted by the like-minded group. We regret to note that this resolution, despite its stated aims, will not contribute to efforts to provide a constructive international assistance aimed at resolving the situation of Myanmar. I thank you for your attention.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.